Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about something super important for anyone looking to work abroad, the actual cost of living. You might be thinking about chasing those high salaries in another country, but is that paycheck really worth it once you factor in rent, food, transportation, and all those other expenses? We're going to break down the real cost of living in some of the most popular work destinations around the world. Think Canada, the UAE, Germany, the UK, and Australia. We'll look at average salaries, how far your money actually goes, and what you can expect to spend each month. By the end of this video, you'll have a much better idea of which countries offer the best bang for your buck and how to make sure you're not just working for rent money. Let's get started. Alright, first up is Canada. Known for its friendly people, stunning nature, and those glorious maple syrup pancakes. But how affordable is it really? The average monthly salary in Canada after taxes is around $3,200 to $4,500 Canadian dollars. That might sound pretty good, but let's see how far that goes. Rent is going to be your biggest expense in Canada, especially in major cities like Toronto and Vancouver. Think $1,800 to $2,500 per month for a one-bedroom apartment in a decent area of the city center. Yeah, you heard that right. Now if you're willing to live a bit further out, you can find something cheaper. Maybe around $1,300 to $1,800. But factor in the commute time and costs, and it might not be worth it. Groceries will set you back another $300 to $600 per month, depending on your eating habits. A monthly transportation pass will cost you around $100 to $160. Now the good news is that Canada has universal healthcare, so you won't have to shell out for basic medical expenses. However, dental and vision are not usually covered, so you'll need to budget for that separately. Utilities and internet will add another $150 to $250 to your monthly expenses. So, while Canada offers a great quality of life and a pathway to permanent residency, you need to be prepared for the high cost of living, especially when it comes to housing. If you're not careful, a big chunk of your paycheck will be going straight to your landlord. Next, we're heading over to the United Arab Emirates, specifically Dubai and Abu Dhabi. Now the UAE is known for its luxurious lifestyle, tax-free salaries, and year-round sunshine. But what's the real cost of living in these glittering cities? The average monthly salary in the UAE ranges from 7,000 to 15,000 AED, which is about 1,900 to 4,000 US dollars. And remember, you get to keep all of that because there's no income tax. Sounds pretty amazing, right? But hold on, let's break down those expenses. Rent in Dubai and Abu Dhabi can be steep, especially if you want to live in the heart of the action. Expect to pay anywhere from 5,000 to 7,500 AED for a one-bedroom apartment in the city center. That's about 1,360 to 2,040 US dollars. Moving further out will obviously save you some money, with rents dropping to 3,000 to 5,000 AED. Groceries are relatively affordable, costing around 800 to 1,200 AED per month. Transportation is also relatively cheap, with a monthly metro pass costing around 300 to 350 AED. One thing to note is that many employers in the UAE provide housing allowances or even cover your rent completely. Some companies also provide transportation assistance. Utilities and internet will cost you around 500 to 700 AED per month. So, while the UAE offers tax-free living, it's important to remember that those savings can quickly disappear if you get caught up in the Dubai lifestyle. Think fancy brunches, designer shopping sprees, and those Instagram-worthy desert adventures. Now let's hop over to Europe and check out Germany, a country known for its strong economy, efficient infrastructure, and those delicious pretzels. The average monthly salary in Germany after taxes is around 2,500 to 3,500 euros. That's roughly 2,700 to 3,800 US dollars. Rent in Germany is generally more affordable than in Canada or the UAE. You can find a one-bedroom apartment in the city center of cities like Berlin, Munich, or Frankfurt for around 1,000 to 1,500 euros per month. And if you're willing to live a bit further out, you can snag a place for 700 to 1,000 euros. Groceries are very reasonable in Germany, costing around 200 to 400 euros per month. A monthly transportation pass will set you back 70 to 100 euros. Germany also has a mandatory health insurance system, which will cost you around 200 euros per month. However, your employer usually covers half of this cost. Utilities and internet will add another 200 to 300 euros to your monthly expenses. So, what's the catch? Well, Germany has relatively high taxes and the bureaucracy can be a bit daunting. But on the plus side, you get access to excellent public services, strong worker protections, and the possibility of securing a long-term visa. Next up is the United Kingdom, home to iconic landmarks, a rich history, and of course those red double-decker buses. The average monthly salary in the UK after taxes is around £2,000 to £3,200, which is about $2,600 to $4,100 US. Now let's address the elephant in the room, London. Living in London is expensive, like really expensive. Be prepared to shell out £1,500 to £2,300 per month for a one-bedroom apartment in a decent part of the city. However, if you're willing to venture outside of London, you can find much more affordable housing options. Think £800 to £1,200 per month for a one-bedroom. Groceries in the UK will cost you around £200 to £400 per month. A monthly transportation pass in London can be quite pricey, ranging from £160 to £200. But hey, at least you get to ride those iconic red buses. The UK has a National Health Service, NHS, which means you'll have access to free healthcare. However, waiting times can be long, and many people opt for private health insurance as well. Utilities and internet will add another £150 to £250 to your monthly expenses. So while London might drain your bank account faster than you can say fish and chips, other cities in the UK offer a more affordable lifestyle without compromising on job opportunities. Finally, let's head down under to Australia, a land of stunning beaches, diverse wildlife, and a laid-back lifestyle. The average monthly salary in Australia after taxes is around $4,000 to $6,000 Australian dollars, which translates to about $2,700 to $4,000 US. But before you book that one-way ticket, let's talk about the cost of living. Rent in major Australian cities like Sydney, Melbourne, and Brisbane can be quite high. Expect to pay $2,000 to $3,000 Australian dollars per month for a one-bedroom apartment in the city center. Moving further out will obviously save you some money, with rents dropping to $1,500 to $2,200 Australian dollars. Groceries in Australia are also on the pricier side, costing around $400 to $600 Australian dollars per month. A monthly transportation pass will set you back $130 to $180 Australian dollars. Australia has a public healthcare system called Medicare, which is free for Australian citizens and permanent residents. If you're on a temporary visa, you'll need to pay for private health insurance or rely on reciprocal healthcare agreements with your home country. Utilities and internet will add another $250 to $350 Australian dollars to your monthly expenses. So, while Australia offers a fantastic quality of life, beautiful nature, and good salaries, it's important to be prepared for the high cost of living, especially when it comes to rent and groceries. That's it for today's cost of living comparison. I hope this breakdown helps you make a more informed decision about where you want to work and live. Remember, a high salary doesn't always translate to a high quality of life. It's all about finding the right balance between your income, expenses, and lifestyle preferences. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and share it with anyone who's thinking about making the move abroad. And be sure to let me know in the comments which country you're most interested in working in. I'd love to hear your plans. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos on personal finance, real estate, and making smart money moves. See you in the next one.